Welcome back for another episode of the Maria Bruemmer Show. Thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited. I'm Maria Bruemmer. We have a very special guest prepared for the Maria Bruemmer Show today. His name is RJ De Leon, and he's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to real estate, syndication, and business. I'm super excited. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Hey RJ, thank you so much for joining me today on the Maria Bruemmer Show. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today?
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me out. Doing really well.
Awesome. I'm glad you could come out. I know you just came back from Miami, so you definitely got some fun in the sun. He's looking all tan. I've got some amazing questions that I've prepared for you. I'm so excited that you could come out and join me for the Maria Bruemmer Show. I think we've got a really special show prepared for our guests. Let's first let them get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your journey, your story about how you got to where you are, how you got started.
Sure. I graduated with a master's in accounting science. Worked industry for about 6 years. Wasn't happy. Moved to outside sales. I was selling SaaS and data marketing, info, things like that. But the entrepreneur journey was really calling me. And, I saw an opportunity. I met my wife. My wife educated me on the benefits of real estate.
Yeah.
And, we bought our first property 8 months later, 8 months into dating.
Wow.
And, I haven't looked back since. So I left corporate in 2020, February 2020.
Wow, that's amazing.
A week before COVID hit, and haven't looked back since. So I was able to create a construction company and really seize opportunities, and that's the only reason I'm where I'm at today. So.
That's amazing. It really comes to show when you meet the right person, you guys align not only in what your goals are as a couple, in life and in business. You can really take things super far and things can really happen quick, especially if you have the right kind of background when you start off realizing, hey, I'm not happy in my day-to-day job, but I'm learning some really valuable skills here that I can put into play and make some real things happen in the business world. And it's just about finding your niche, finding your passion. So that's amazing. Thank you so much for letting us know a little bit about your start and how you got started. Which leads me to my next question. Perfect segue, actually. What is the thing that you are most passionate about when it comes to real estate and syndication?
Well, as everybody says, you initially get into it because you're intrigued about the money. You're intrigued about creating generational wealth and the ability to create passive income.
Right.
That's what intrigued me. But what I'm passionate about is really helping other people now understand and realize the benefits of passive investing. So we do syndicate. We do own a portfolio of multifamily buildings. But we're doing capital raises now, syndications for alternative investments outside of just real estate. And the reason I'm passionate about that is, I really want to help other people understand the benefits of passively investing, not trading your time for money, making sure that your money's not sitting rotting away in a savings account or getting killed by inflation.
Yep.
And put in investments that you can actually vet a little bit more, understand the operators a little bit more, and have your money grow a little bit more than what's in the stock market. Right?
Exactly, because the stock market will go up, the stock market will go down. It's crashed before. The stock market isn't stable. It just isn't. Just like a job isn't stable. You can get fired. Your boss can go out of business. I mean, a pandemic can happen and your job won't exist. I mean, so many different things can happen in life, and that's why passive income and syndication is huge. Putting your money to work for you versus you working for money, and being able to buy time, buy financial freedom, be able to live the lifestyle you want to live But a lot of people don't know how to get started. And this is
Right.
why I'm so excited to have you on my show, because I know you do have that heart to help and that passion to want to educate the public. And you gave me some really good advice when I first met you in a networking event, and I held on to that. I mean, he really is an amazing guy. So I love the fact that you're on my show so that we can bring information and knowledge to the masses and
Sure.
inspire people to get started and see that if we can do it, right, they too can do it. So that's amazing. Which definitely leads me to my next question. I mean, you've achieved so much in such a short amount of time. Where do you see yourself in business, like as far as your goals and what you plan to accomplish next in the next 5 years?
Sure. That's actually a great question because I'm in the middle of a transition currently.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one thing to be said of investing in small multifamily, creating a portfolio for yourself, and going into business by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that I always tell everybody is it's a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, no matter where your goals are, you can do it alone, absolutely. But it's a lonely journey and it gets very difficult. So, where I see myself in 5 years, we're in the middle of a transition currently
Mm-hmm.
where we want to syndicate a lot more deals. We want to be more of a GP role into alternative investments. It doesn't have to be real estate
Mm-hmm.
because we find that when you partner with an operator who's very knowledgeable, who has a track record and a history of success, you can actually help them out because a lot of these owner operators, they don't have the capacity to go ahead and raise capital for themselves. They're too
Mm-hmm.
busy in the operations. Like currently, wife and I, Nikki, we're raising for a cannabis grow facility in New Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and they're amazing entrepreneurs, amazing business partners, but they don't really have the capacity to raise capital.
And I heard that's a really lucrative business because I know
Absolutely,
it's legalized in a lot of states, and
yeah,
there's a lot of things happening on the forefront that are going to bring in a lot of money. They know
yeah.
how to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and so going back to the question,
Mm-hmm.
right? We want to be take on a more GP role where
Mm-hmm.
we partner with other tried and true operators, and then we just bring opportunities to friends and family and our
Mm-hmm.
network, so that people that don't understand the industry or syndications or how to grow your money passively, we could educate you. And
Nice.
we're in all the deals too, and it's like, we make money, you make money. Understand how to grow your wealth outside of the stock market.
Exactly. So in a way, you kind of act as an experienced mentor who is controlling the deal and teaching people who want to get started investing passively in something like that. So they can kind of learn as they go by being able to ask questions, be able to fully understand how it works. So when they do put their money in, they know what to expect. But
Yeah,
also, you're kind of there to show them the way and give them a helping hand up. So that's really amazing, and that's
yeah,
really really inspiring. And I know you've been telling me a little bit about that deal, and I definitely am interested in maybe raising some capital with you on that. So that's amazing. Kind of perfect segue into my next question, because I was going to ask what are you looking for that could help you get to your reach your goals and stuff like that. So I know you
sure.
are looking for people to help you raise capital for that deal, but do you have anything else that you think, hey, would really help take my business to the next level, that you would want to find people who want to learn, that can contribute and help you grow?
Sure. So, what I didn't mention is the reason I left my 9 to 5 job is I saw an opportunity, and I now have a construction company
Mm-hmm.
that we're doing very, very well. Our revenues are 7 figures, I believe.
Wow.
Well,
Congratulations. That's
invoicing.
awesome.
So that's misleading because a lot of people think when you say revenue, that's what you take
Yeah,
home.
that's not the profit.
No,
That's the initial revenue of the business.
exactly. So it's a little misleading,
Mhm.
but so what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to scale that business.
Mhm.
I always say I'm an investor, I'm a mentor, and I'm a contractor
Mhm.
last. So I do multifamily turnover properties in the construction space. I mentor a lot of newbie investors into value add projects that will actually increase the rental value of the properties.
Nice.
And I stay away from, hey, I want a new bathroom in the basement, or I want to do this thing. It's like, that's not going to push your revenues, right? So I'm looking for a couple of things. To go back to your question, I'm really looking for people that want to learn, grow, and help me scale the construction company, so that I can, start focusing on the other business entities that we have, so we can start syndicating more.
Nice.
And I guess in that realm, we just got to find operators, other GPs that have the capability or connections to either run a business or have an operating business and need help. Because really, it's all about networking and helping people out.
Exactly. And you actually get further in business helping other people get where they need to be, right? You build enough value, you bring enough value. It kind of reminds me of that advice that you gave me. You said, when I met you at that networking event, you said two things to me. You said, you bring a lot of value with your lending. There's a lot that you can do for a lot of people here. What you really want to do is spend the time building those relationships and bringing value, because over time, by building those relationships, not only will you get further yourself by helping others get where they want to be, but you're also going to be able to make some connections that'll help take you to the next level. And that's exactly why networking is so powerful. That's exactly why helping others is so incredibly important, because if you bring enough value and dedicate time to helping the right people, they're going to remember you for that. And the next time you need a helping hand up, you got some friends in some pretty high places. So RJ, I really appreciate you being here, and I want to let the viewers know too, in the description box below, we are going to be putting RJ's information. So if you're interested in passively investing in any of the projects he's got going on, or if you're interested in learning more about how to help him in the construction business and scale that, we definitely want to give you an outlet to contact him. And of course, if you need lending for your business to either get started in business, expand a current business, or even borrow some money to have to invest and make a really good rate of return, I will be leaving my link in there as well, so you can set up a free consultation with me and I can give you a call about lending. And keep in mind, you always make more money and create wealth leveraging other people's money in real estate. Isn't that right, RJ?
Yes, absolutely. And leveraging your relationships.
Absolutely. That first and foremost. And the two together, you can make some wonderful things happen. So I have one last question for you, RJ. It's been really wonderful having you here. This is kind of like an oddball question, like depending on who you ask in real estate, you'll get a different answer, I'm sure. But what is the craziest thing you have encountered renovating a property?
In real estate, there's always things that you find. Like, I'll tell you about a current situation that's going on right now. We have a flip in Irving Park, and it's all good and well, and I think I'm moving along smoothly. We're about to list at the end of this next week. Well, my HVAC contractor's venting out the new water heater and furnace, and the chimney's clogged.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
Like it's blocked, and
jam-packed.
It's jam-packed full of deteriorated masonry, brick. And I sort of knew about it. Even being in construction, this is something I should have known about, because my masonry experts, when they were they're my exterior guys, when they were doing the roof, they're like, "Hey, your chimney's like gone. You need to rebuild this." And I said, okay, let's do it. They rebuilt the chimney, but I didn't realize that all that crumbling brick was actually on the inside of the chimney, so now we can't vent things appropriately.
So you have a brand new chimney on the outside, but it's stuck on the inside?
Yeah, but everything on the inside. So, I mean, that's a really boring story about renovations. We've found things like magazines, or not magazines, newspaper articles from like the 1900s.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think the oldest one we found was like 1880 something.
Dang.
And so they used to use newspaper to insulate. and they just shoved whatever they could in the roofing. Found revolvers, animal bones and teeth, weird stuff, weird drawings,
Wow.
weird writings. You know, a couple of the places that I renovated were actually haunted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do tell us a ghost story.
So, okay, I'll tell you the ghost story about one of the flips that we did. It was a 3-unit property in Bronzeville. And my subcontractors would always tell me there's ghosts here. Like, we hear things, we're demoing, we hear things all the time. My masonry guys would say, I see shadow figures in the basement.
Wow.
So, like, I'm a ghost hunter, so
nice.
I actually went there at like 10 o'clock at night. It was pitch black. We had no electricity, and I was like, I'm gonna go there. I got to drop off some tools. I'm just gonna poke around and see what happens. So, I was there, and I needed my impact drill. So my wife brought it over to me because we lived down the street. I was in the backyard going to the bathroom in the porta potty, and she comes inside and she tried to scare me. So she heard footsteps in the 3rd floor attic, and she's like, I'm going to scare him. I'm going to go up there and scare him. I was in the backyard. So she walked upstairs very slowly, and she's like, I'm going to scare him. I'm going to scare him. She gets to the top step. She hears these footsteps. They stop, and she gets really scared, and she's like, RJ, like, hello? Are you here? Like, and I was in the bath.
You were like in the backyard in the porch.
Yeah, and so then I came inside, and she got really spooked and started running down the stairs, and then I thought there was ghosts because I'm like, who's running around this house right now? But I mean, true story. She heard footsteps. She tried to sneak up on me. Ghost in the attic. Nobody was there. I was in the backyard.
Did you ever sell the house?
We did. Yeah, we did.
I wonder what the new owners are experiencing, if anything.
You know, we did it very nice, and after it was renovated, you know, I never experienced anything, so maybe the people upstairs were experiencing things, because I think the old owner actually passed away in the master bedroom upstairs, so who knows?
Wow.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad
yeah.
So
peaceful. That's an interesting story. I mean, I know that paranormal activity is real. I've actually been. We recently took a team trip to Mardi Gras, and we went to Florida and Navarre Beach, and so we kind of drove around the states. But so when we were in Mardi Gras, like, that's a really haunted town in Louisiana. Absolutely. And so we did this ghost adventure where it's like a tour. It's a guided tour where you go to all the different graveyards. And I got some pictures of some shadow figures. And there were some really weird things that happened at the graveyards late at night. So take enough pictures, you can actually catch some real paranormal activity. So I know for a fact it's real. And I know that when you're in real estate, you can come across some crazy things. But I think ghost stories are some of the coolest things you can definitely come across.
Maybe I should have led with the ghost story.
I think so.
I talked about a chimney.
Ghost stories are way more interesting than a chimney, but
way cool.
Thank you so much for being here, RJ. I really appreciate it. I want to thank all of my viewers for staying tuned. We have some more great content coming up and some more amazing special guests like RJ. So definitely don't forget to check out that in that description box if you are interested in getting started in passive income investing and construction projects. And if you need lending, I got you covered. There'll be a link for that too for a free consultation. I'll give you a call. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you again.